Hey everybody, welcome back to Colonial Gardens. It's been a couple months since I've done an update, and it's about the end of September now, and I figured it is about time for an end of season update. So let's go check it out. So overall it was a pretty good year for the garden. Wasn't quite as good as last year. The yield on tomatoes and cucumbers just wasn't as much as last year. I don't know, I think the soil might be getting a little tired. I might have to invest in a whole bunch of compost for next season, maybe a bunch of manure. You know, I didn't use any fertilizer this year, and we still did pretty well. Really dry summer. I mean, I think it rained like 5 times all summer. I do have those 60 gallon rain barrels that are hooked up to the drip hoses. I only had to fill those. I tried not to fill those up too much. I didn't want to get a humongous water bill. I think I filled them probably 7 or 8 times. And one of the advantages of those drip hoses being underground is it causes the roots, it stimulates the roots to really dive deep. And so what happens is, and this has happened in other seasons too, is I almost don't have to water it because the roots dive so deep. The water table here is probably only like 3 or 4 feet down. Maybe it's a little more than that, but it's not much more than that. And I think the roots, because they're trained to dive by those drip hoses, those roots are able to reach the water table. So I didn't really have to. None of the tomatoes or the cukes or anything, none of them really started to wilt. The leaves, I probably didn't even need to fill those 60 gallon rain barrels. But anyways, let's go take a look at the different beds. Still got some tomatoes going. I thought the tomatoes were all done, but then these ones started to ripen. See, they didn't get as tall, and the yield was way down. You know, previous years they're like way up here, 8.5, 9 feet tall. Not this year. Here are the tomatillos. Remember when they were like this big? Now they are taller than me, which again is not saying much. But anyways, they're pretty tall. Lots of tomatillos. Made a nice little salsa verde. And this used to be zucchini. At the beginning of the season, this was zucchini. And there were, I think, 9 zucchini plants in there. And we only got, I don't know, maybe 9 zucchinis total. Again, maybe the soil is just a little too tired. So a couple weeks ago, I decided to do a second crop of, here's some herbs, and then we've got some spinach, and then we've got the leaf lettuce there. So the lettuce is just about ready to be picked. More tomatoes. Had the grape tomatoes and the cherry tomatoes. Those did really well. Again, not as much as last year. Last year there was just, I mean, there was so many. And then we have the pepper bed. Got jalapenos, we've got green bell peppers, we've got other colored bell peppers in there. Lots of different varieties of hot peppers in there. Those did great. Really happy with the hot peppers. More hot peppers, more jalapenos here. The potato cages. So this one died out, and I haven't looked to see what we have for a yield in either one. I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do it live, and if there's no tomatoes, if there's no potatoes, then there's no potatoes, and I will have learned a lesson. I think next year, because this one got really dry, I think I'm not going to do a cage. I'm not going to try and do raised potatoes. I think I'm just going to use this bed or a different bed, and I'm just going to plant them in the bed. I'm not even going to. I'll sacrifice the real estate, because going vertically in this dry season didn't do very well at all. Okay, these are the one variety of cucumber, and you can see I kind of left a bunch of them on the vine. Wasn't real happy with these. They just weren't the right variety. Didn't really like them. These are the pickling cukes. These did really well. The yield was just about as much as previous years from my pickling cukes. And then we've got the green beans. one's rotted. Oh, there's another one. All right, so these little red ones, there's 3. I think I put 10 potatoes total in the ground. So if I can get 10 back, you know, it'll be a push. Oh, what's that? That's just dirt clod. All right, so 5 went into that one, and 3 came out. I think this one is going to have more in it. Here we go. Put these over here. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, there's one. See that? So these are the type I put in. I put in the really small ones. So all right, is there any more? Oh, there's one. Not bad. All right, there is the potato yield. 10 of those small potatoes went in, and it looks like we got out about the same amount. So it looks like it was about a wash. I did learn a lot though. Next year I think I'm going to try again. This time, like I said, instead of building up a vertical potato tower, we're just going to use one of these beds and just spread them out. And do it the old-fashioned traditional way. So I definitely need to keep them better watered next season too. I think that had a lot to do with it. But anyways, there's the potatoes. All right, you guys, so that's gonna do it, I think, for Colonial Gardens for 2020. I really want to thank every single person who watched any of these videos. I started this at the beginning of the coronavirus nonsense. There are people who have reached out to me and they've told me that it's, you know, these videos have been sort of therapeutic and calming. I felt the same way in making them, and you know, this is my passion. I love doing this. It was kind of a difficult spring and summer, as we all had a difficult spring and summer. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody who watched any of these videos. I really appreciate it, and thanks for subscribing too. I'll probably do maybe a midwinter checkup, just to, I love that slow-mo snow falling stuff. Also, early spring, at the end of February and into the beginning of March, I'll be doing some maple sugaring videos. I'll take you into the woods, I'll show you how to set up the taps, and we'll go through the steps in how, even in Metro West Massachusetts, if you've got a stand of maple trees, doesn't even have to be sugar maple, but if you've got a bunch of maple trees around, you can get tasty maple syrup just like you buy in the store. Okay, it can be done. So anyways, that's what's coming up. Again, thanks guys for watching, and peace out.